high-octane, fast-paced story that is meant for children with the nostalgia of Nintendo IPs sprinkled all over the place following your favorite characters from Nintendo.
Here's the thing, in its defense, when it does the action scenes, it's so damn good. It's intense. It's fire.
I was totally okay with this movie. And the reason for that is because, one, I disagree it's a waste of time. I don't think it's a waste of time at all. All right, here we go. Back once again with another episode of the Uncivilized Art Podcast. I'm your host, Bumi Hazan, but I go by Bandit Hayes in the online space. I am joined today by Sweet Buzz of... One day I'm going to get my intro correct. I'm joined today by Sweet Bundy of Sweet Buzz Music, Lady Celeste, Orchid, cosplay extraordinaire, back from a tiny hiatus, which... he may or may not tell us all about in a moment. We'll see. But yeah, we're going to be talking about a bunch of things on today's episode. We're going to be talking a little bit later about Super Mario Galaxy movie that just came out. I think just very recently just come out. We're going to be talking about Daredevil. We're going to be talking about Death Note, the old school, pre-old school by now anime. We're going to be talking about Joker, Folie, Deux, and perhaps for the first time ever, two of us are going to be talking about the same movie. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to be talking about Beastars as well. We may talk about a few other things if we get time. But before all that, I have a question for you guys that I want to ask about some recent news. But before I ask that question, Sweet Bundy, how you doing, sir?
Doing good, hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Just one day at a time. You know, it's one day at a time, yeah.
You know, I was kind of close with taxes, but I finally got it done.
Okay.
Yeah, so what's tax day in one day.
What's the tax year in America? As a quick side note, because our tax year is just finished.
I mean, you're supposed to have your taxes done by tomorrow. So I was kind of close.
Oh, right. Okay. So tomorrow would have been your last day to... Is that the last day to submit it or the last day...
Last day to submit it. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Ours is a bit different then. So with our taxes, it goes from April 5th to April 6th the following year. And then once April 6th passes, you then have up until January January 31st to submit it. Well, really want to do it way before then because, you got to calculate stuff and all that sort of thing. But basically, you've got to submit it and pay it by January 31st. So you've got quite a few months from when the year's end. But yeah, our tax year just ended. So I'm waiting for some documents and then I'll be able to file my taxes. I like to do my taxes early so that I know what the bill is. And then I've got till January to pay it, So, but yeah, waiting on a few things. Quick little boring tax talk to start the podcast. Why not?
And they clicked off.
Come back. Celeste, how you doing after the little break?
Yeah, I got kind of sick. Unfortunately, I did lose my voice. So we're back on the rebound. We're feeling good. High energy. Feeling good. Yeah. Awesome.
All right then. So yeah, there's something happening. I guess by the time this podcast goes up, it might be considered a bit old news, but I still want to get your views on this. So just a quick little thing. So it was in the news recently that the Mass Effect TV show potentially or reportedly is being rewritten to appeal more to non-gamers. You good, Celeste?
No, I'm dying. I just gotta go back and no, I'm just kidding. We're all dying. It's that slow what's that thing called? Anyway, so Mass Effect.
Yeah, Mass Effect being written for, or reportedly being rewritten for non-gamers. And just to give you guys a little bit of context, I'm going to read out just a small portion of the article. Where's it gone now? So, let me not lose my place. So here we go. The report comes from the Anchor via IGN, states that Amazon MGM Studios head of global TV, Peter Friedlander, is reviewing various scripts for in-development shows, including Mass Effect. which is on the verge of a series order. Friedlander has reportedly requested that the show be rewritten to be more appealing to non-gamers. While the phrase appealing to non-gamers isn't going to flatter a lot of gamers, who one assumes are more excited for this show than anybody, I can't help but think of how the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which we'll talk about in a little bit, is currently getting drawn and quartered for basically being a YouTube Shorts-esque parade of incoherent references. Maybe this rewrite will help Mass Effect avoid that sort of pitfall. That is from Justin Wagner from PCGamer.com. So what do you think? What's your initial thoughts on the Mass Effect TV show potentially being written to appeal more to non-gamers? Celeste, you're up first.
That pisses me the fuck off. Like, are you stupid? The video game industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So now you're going to appeal to people who are just like, oh yeah, I watched football. And it's just like, oh, now I'm going to click into this. So you're trying to pull excuse me, I'm coming hot off the gate. But it's like, you're trying to pull a Fallout where everyone and their mom did not have to play the games. You can go with the story of the vaults, into what Mass Effect is. I did not play Mass Effect, but I still at heart am a gamer and can appreciate the games. So can you imagine if they took Halo and rewrote it to be like just another Starship Troopers? Like, bitch, no. Keep it to what it's supposed to be, like the games. The format is there. Just turn it into a screenplay, a script, throw people in the costumes, and shut the fuck up. Okay? It's that simple. It's already been done. It's copying the homework. All right, I'm done.
All right. Sweet Bundy, are you in agreement, or do you have another thoughts on Mass Effect potentially being rewritten to appeal to non-gamers?
I mean, at first I was annoyed about it, but because they could be reporting it just to garner like that attention, but if they gave more details, which I'm hoping this will be it, like such as, okay, you make some changes just to not appeal, but make it easier for people who are not used to the gaming or the background of Mass Effect or whatever to reach a wider audience. The comic book movies do it all the time. Like if they did everything exactly to a T almost from the comics, motherfuckers would not understand that shit. There are times where I'm listening to somebody like Comics Explained, and he's telling a story about, from the comics, Superman did this and all that shit. And the stories could get way more complicated than needed for somebody who's not, reading the shit on the regular. So if that's all they're doing, I think that they let that article go out like that, or that headline go out like that for the attention. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get you. Like it could be just a normal thing that normal shows do, but it's the way the headline, because I mean it's a headline and it grabs attention, and perhaps a headline isn't necessarily giving it justice, or telling the full story, so to speak. And the way I'm reading this article, to be honest, it does kind of sound like, isn't that what they normally do? But yeah, maybe there's more to it than the article's reporting itself as well.
Because I think they're probably just doing it to piss people off. They're used to people getting upset. So I'm just tired of getting rage baited. I feel like it's just rage bait.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I feel like rage bait. Yeah. So for me, I guess I'm in two minds about it. So first of all, I'll say that I have not played Mass Effect, so I can't comment on the game specifically. I've heard they're really good. I know they're super popular, and they've definitely got a lot of great sort of reviews and things like that. So people love them. Clearly, people love them to this day. But as somebody who, I like games, I like movies, I like TV shows. I'm not sure, to Bundy's point, I'm not sure I see the problem with rewriting it to appeal more to non-gamers, where you consider that if you are a fan of Mass Effect, I mean, you got to think Mass Effect was nearly 20 years ago, so you got to think like the people who are fans of a 20-year-old game, they're probably not going to be the ones that are got time to watch TV shows like that. You know what I mean? So there's an element of who's watching TV now, like who's got time to watch TV now, you know? So it kind of makes sense that you'd have things in there that you could potentially, especially, you could potentially reach a broader audience. So it makes sense that you appeal or try to appeal more to people who maybe didn't play the games and don't always understand the references. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be bad. I think when you hear something like that, your immediate thought is, oh, it's going to be rubbish. But then that doesn't necessarily mean that. It probably just means, or potentially, in my view, could just mean that it's being written more like a TV show rather than an adaptation of a game, you know. Of course, I could be wrong, and it could end up being absolute garbage. And like I said, I've not played a game, and for all I know, the story in the game could lend itself very well to a TV show already anyway, and in which case you don't need to change anything, you know. But yeah, so I guess it's a wait and see. It could be a whole load of nothing, or it might not. So yeah, we'll see. I might watch it. I don't know if I'd watch it right away, but we'll see. Maybe I'm watching it like 2 years after it's come out. I still ain't played Mass Effect games yet, but
I started to play the first one. I just got interrupted by something. I was enjoying it. I didn't really get to the meat of the story, but it seems pretty damn good. I heard a lot of good things about it, except for the series finale, and that's about it. And then I heard that they fixed it with DLC.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember hearing there was some controversy at the time about the way the third one ended or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember what it was, but yeah, I think I remember that being in the news quite a bit back in the day.
Yeah, I definitely plan on playing it though, because I already got it downloaded for free actually. Luckily,
you know, I think I've got them as well on Steam. I don't know if I got them for free, but I'm pretty sure I got them for Steam for like really, really cheap. I just haven't downloaded them.
You're just lazy and you don't want to play it.
You know how many games I've bought or got on Steam that I haven't played or even downloaded? Like, it's crazy. Like, you get a game for like a Steam sale or something like that, or just it's just going cheap or whatever, and you just think like I think I bought like it was like a trilogy. They were like selling a trilogy for like £2.50. I can't remember what it was, but it was something dirt cheap. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll get it, and I'll play it when I've got time. And it's just
Life gets ya.
It's a biggest lie you tell yourselves. Yeah, I'll play it when I get time. It's basically like adding things to your Netflix watch list. Like it's just
no, Netflix is starting to go downhill with their like choices. So I'm like, what am I gonna watch now? I don't like any of these titles. I don't care. I'm getting kind of dry on my streaming, so we'll see.
Go to your watch list. I'm sure there's things on your watch list that's been there for like 10 years or it's still waiting to be watched. Pick me, Celeste, pick me. It's just there.
It disappears because they're like, oh yeah, here it's on Netflix and it leaves Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that actually.
So it's like a deal because they're all gone. They're like, what, you like Kung Pao? Well, don't worry, bitch, it's gone now.
Yeah. You search a movie on Netflix, it's like, oh, you looking for this movie? Well, how about these movies instead?
Yeah.
Bunch of stuff is like, oh, jeez.
It's like, oh, all you thought we had it. We did, but we stopped. That's a choice.
All right, then. So let's move on to our first. I don't know if this is a movie or a TV show or what it is. I guess we'll find out. But Celeste, tell us about Beastars.
Okay, so last time I was here, I talked about Zootopia too. So we're going back into animal human people, and this time it is collegiate style animals living in the same vicinity where all animals are vegetarians, and one of the big problems is kind of like, oh my god, they're going to eat another herbivore, oh my god. But it focuses on a wolf. His name is Legoshi, good boy, and he's the gray wolf who falls in love with a white rabbit. And it goes through a lot of trials and tribulations of the cityscape and the dynamic of him trying to be with someone, but he has to fight his nature of like not eating her kind of thing, or like her fear of, oh my god, you're gonna eat me. But she's not like that. She's like, yo, if you're gonna eat me, like just get it over with. But it's just like, no, I actually love you. She's like, I don't know about that one. But it's actually like this unique romance, but action based. So and the intro music is peak. Highly recommend just to listen to the intro. It's like this crazy jazz like swing music, and it's got stop motion animation in just that sequence. And there's so many beautiful things. I finished the season. This last season, it's season 3, and it is wild. So yeah, if you want a more hardcore Zootopia, there you go.
Okay. It kind of sounds like Twilight. Like Twilight with animals.
Nah.
How dare you? How dare you insult Beastars?
Because Twilight was a vampire and a human. So he had to like
vampire,
fight
human, and a werewolf. Okay, there's a difference.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, the weirdo was there as well. Jacob, was it? No, not Jacob.
It's
I
Edward.
forgot his name. Anyway, Edward and the other one. What's Jacob?
Edward and Jacob. It was Jacob.
It was Jacob. I was right. It was Jacob. I was Team Jacob.
Yeah, but you were talking about that
until the end.
But it's
anyway,
not like that. It kind of, in so many ways, it can be like that, but that's not the narrative that they're trying to push. It just happens to happen because they're all with hormones. Like they're still people who love people, just in animal form. So, what is it? It's not quadrupeds. It's bipedal, humanoid animals like Beastar, like Zootopia, but they're in a college setting.
Okay.
Not a cop setting.
But it's about a wolf who's in love with a rabbit.
Yeah. And you mainly follow the wolf. So it's his story.
I guess that's like the equivalent to like a human being in love with a chicken.
Yes. And the chicken can talk back and kiss it.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna peck your eyeball out, but sure.
You know what? It sounds weird, but it's anime. So like I feel like that's just normal for for anime. Like
anime has anything goes. Are you insane?
It's
I'm like the anime chick over here, okay? Like stop hating.
If it was
sounds like you're hating on
anything
that
else,
shit.
It'd be like, it's anime. It's like, all right, yeah.
Like, can you imagine if it was Muppets? No. Gonzo and his freaking chickens. Oh, I love his not a bit like we can't do this chicken, but I love you, chicken. It's Gonzo and his freaking blue self, alien self. And it's like
By the way, Beastars is on Netflix, by the way. So
I know it's one of those things that I actually took off my list as soon as it came. I'm working on another anime because they uploaded season 3, and I was like, okay, I guess it's the month of season 3s.
So does Beastars sound like something you'd be interested in, Sweet Bundy?
No, but I've actually heard about Beastars years ago with like somebody I used to talk to. They were really into it. And plus I've seen like clips of it every now and again because it's pretty damn popular. I heard good things about it. It's just I don't really watch too much anime. There's only a few anime that I watch, and the one that I was really into, the second season sucked, and that was Go-Go Loser Ranger. So the second season sucked. I didn't even finish it because the episode got delayed, and then I just lost interest.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that first season of Go-Go Ranger is amazing. Just,
yeah. And when season 2 came out, I'm like, all right, first off, they already fucked me over with the theme song. The theme song sucked. In comparison, the theme song and the outro for season 1 was fire. This one for season 2, I'm just like, what the hell is this? And even the end theme, I can't even remember the melody of either the opening or closing. But season 1, loved both songs, the animation, even the opening. Like usually you skip it, but no, this one was fun to watch. The outro was fun to watch. I'm very disappointed with season 2. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'd rather them just not do a season 2 at all. Anyway,
speaking of
highly
season
recommend
2,
at least give Beastars one episode. At least one episode.
Okay.
I'll see. It's a little too freaky. Like
you watch grotesque wrestling and you're telling me you're too freaky? Okay.
Listen, I've seen clips and they got so it's very humanoid, you know. So they'll have like the rabbit, she got the tight clothes on, and then the wolf is there and he's like trying to resist and his urges or whatever. You don't know if he's like resisting the urge to fuck or resisting the urge to eat. It's really complicated.
You have to watch it to find out, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
listen, it's an adult version of Zootopia or Zootopia.
No,
and that's why I'm saying we're continuing to see. Okay,
like
no more.
You know, it's so funny. That's one of the most accurate things I've heard about this show. That is like that tagline right there.
Not bad.
Adult Zootopia.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, sweet Bundy. Sweet Bundy. From season 2 to Folie, Deux. What would you like to say? What is your main point to make about Joker Folie, Deux?
I mean, to put it plainly, the director hated the character. So this movie was just done out of pettiness and was done like to insult anybody that liked, you know, the character, this iteration of Joker, because that wasn't the point that the director was trying to do in the first movie. What he wanted to do was pretty much show a psychopath and talk about a story like that. He wanted you to be disturbed by this character, not, you know, like this character or sympathize, empathize, whatever. And because of how big Joker 1 got, and I'm quite sure the studio kept trying to pressure him to do a sequel, he did it out of spite and also to get back at that reaction. Because throughout this whole film, it was just, first off, the fact that it was announced as a musical, I already had my doubts. And just my personal feeling when they had announced that Lady Gaga was going to be Harley, I was like, oh shit. Now, in her defense, she was in American Horror Story, and I heard some good things about that. So I had a little bit of hope for it, but I was just like, nah. Because it just couldn't click in my head. And then plus, when they had the musical, it felt like they were kind of catering to her being a part of that. So the movie comes out, and boy, they just shit on the character repeatedly. They threw in song numbers that didn't make sense. I'm not opposed to musicals. There's this old ass musical I watched that I still like, way before I was even thought of, called The Music Man. So I could see if it could work in another universe, but this fucking director hated this character. He included shit that was disgusting, that was foul. They had a scene where Joker got assaulted, you know what I mean, by these prison guards. And it just came out of nowhere. Like, first off, those COs, you can't speak for everyone, of course, but generally speaking, those COs showed they didn't seem like the type to do what they did. And it just comes out of nowhere. No fucking warning. Just, it's like this one scene. This is kind of off topic, but there was this one clip.
By the way, real quick, let's not do too many spoilers, but just to
I haven't seen it. All right.
I mean, this is all right.
Keep it general.
Yeah. So there's a clip of Caesar, the dog whisperer, when he's like, "Yeah, the dog is calm now," and then the fucking dog just bit the shit out of him like immediately, and that's what that scene felt like. This movie is a waste of time. It's effortless. The singing is terrible. Even Lady Gaga singing is like, you could tell almost everybody was phoning in a lot of the acting in this. It had some potential. They had good actors. And Lady Gaga can sing. It's just, this was just a hate piece. The first movie was good. The first movie I'll always recommend. I've seen it multiple times. I loved it. I don't care if people are saying, you know, it's like a ripoff of Taxi Driver. Oh well, a lot of movies are ripoffs, technically, right? But I don't give a fuck. I loved the first movie. This second movie is trash. I would not recommend it. Don't waste your time. Just pretend it doesn't exist. Sweep it under the rug, and hopefully it never happens again. Hopefully we don't have another director with a good IP and just with a hatred for the character make a fucking film. This was terrible.
All right. So Celeste, that's somebody who hasn't seen Joker Folie à Deux. Does that make you want to go check it out?
So I probably would just put it on in the background while I'm cooking kind of thing then, and not give like my full attention where I'll sit down with like a little bit of popcorn, my drink. I won't do that. After hearing Buzz like really give his full sense. I also heard that there was bad reviews on my side of like things, but it was never on my top to-do must-watch list. It's like, okay, yeah, I enjoyed the first one enough to probably see the second one, but it's not high on my list of to watch things. Like I'd rather watch another Let's Play of a game that I know I won't have time to play.
All right, fair enough. All right, so yeah, I have a viewpoint on this movie which I'll share, and it's because no, you're right. The movie basically got panned by a lot of fans, a lot of critics as well. It's maybe one of few examples where critics and fans agreed that they just didn't like this movie. It's pretty low scores all around. And I kind of knew. I mean, I kind of knew it had a bad reception before seeing it. I didn't know to the extent, but I had an inkling because I've heard some stuff, and I think you've mentioned it a few times before as well, Bundy. But I was totally okay with this movie. And the reason for that is because, one, I disagree it's a waste of time. I don't think it's a waste of time at all. I think it is true. I mean, to say whether he hates the character or not, I feel like that. I don't know. I don't want to. It feels a bit too speculative. What is true, however, is that they did not intend on making a sequel. Like that. That's we find that out. That if I can even talk. That I found out just when it was such that they originally did not intend on making a sequel. It's supposed to be just a one and done. The first movie did crazy numbers, and yeah, you're right about the studio basically convinced them to do a sequel with more money and more creative freedom and things like that. But as far as the movie goes, yeah, I was fine with it as a piece of art. So I think what they did is they understood that what the reception of the character was, and decided to do something completely different, because they could have done something that was more, say, in line with what people expected or more in line with what people want. In fact, it's very clear that they're purposely doing it. There's a line in the film that I thought makes that somewhat clear, that they understand that they are very deliberately going against that. And I appreciate that as a piece of art, as a way of saying that, yeah, we're going to do something on our own accord. And in the end, you still, or without going to too much of the spoiler territory, but if you consider like the Joker as this sort of social anarchist, right? That's still the case. He just wasn't your anarchist. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of things in the second movie where, again, not getting into spoilers, but well, let me go to the first one because we've all seen that. You know, Joker never really, or Arthur rather, I should say, never really tells his own story. You know, it's always what somebody else has said. And because of that, you never really know which story is true, if indeed any of them are. And also with the first one, there's a lot of scenes that are sort of that take place inside his head. And then there's a lot of scenes that don't. And sometimes it's obvious which ones are, sometimes it's not so obvious which ones are. And so things like the dance, so the singing in the second movie, that made sense to me. That made complete sense because you see him just dancing in that first one. Like there's like 4 or 5 scenes where he's just dancing and we don't hear the music he's dancing to. Like the music that's playing in the film is for the audience to hear, but it's not necessarily what he's hearing. Like there's, you know what I mean? The music is what they call non-diegetic. so it's not part of the film world. So like a lot of that stuff in the second movie where he would just be singing, and the fact that he was connected to music in that way, that all makes sense to me. But yeah, it wasn't what people wanted. It wasn't what a large number of people wanted. But I think it's okay to do something like that where you understand that this is going to very likely to get a bad response. And for me, it was just more a case of saying, I appreciate the artistry in going with an idea that is what you want to do. If they didn't really want to make a sequel to begin with, if they're going to make one, this is what they want to do, versus just saying, oh yeah, we can do this, and we could, have him do that and have him do that and do what people want, and everyone would love it, and it can make lots of money. They just kind of chose to, well, let's tell a different story. And yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Well, I hear you, but I don't think that's exactly what they did here. I think what they did was nobody was necessarily in a general way, from what I've seen leading up to the movie, nobody was really too opposed of it just being a musical. Like for the people that were riding off the first one, we were just worried, right? Because they had musical numbers in like the Killing Joke animated film. Even though that one was controversial, it wasn't because of the Joker shit. It was because of the Batgirl shit that they did. But that's a different story.
Oh yeah, I know you mean.
Yeah, but with the for Joker 2, what I mean that I firmly believe that he disliked the character is because, again, what he wanted is for people to understand that this isn't something to feel sorry for this character and to want to like this character, dressing up as this character and all that shit. The director didn't want that. He didn't want to glamorize this type of character. He wanted this character to be seen as a psycho and seen as, an individual that's feared. Not like, like what he was. He was a mentally unstable criminal, and that's it.
But what you're saying is he didn't want people to idolize a psychopath.
Yes. And he decimates this character in part 2 to the point where I have no problem with him showing how weak this iteration of Joker is. I have no problem with a film like that, but do it correctly. It just seemed needlessly cruel at times, and I'm not just talking about the very end. I'm talking about throughout the film. He goes through things that's just like, what the hell is the point of this? Why did this character go through this? What is the, when you have this, one of the things that I carry with me is this quote that one of my teachers told me. He said, reality doesn't have to make sense. Fiction does. And that shit, as far as when it comes to writing, has always been my go-to for things. I don't want just a random series of events for a story that you're trying to tell. You have to make it make sense. There are points in this film, I'm not going into details about it, but again, shit that happens to this character that's just unnecessary. Like I already mentioned it before, so I'll just reference it. The assault. It came out of nowhere. There's no repercussions for it. There's no outcome of that besides the fact that he experienced that shit, and then he reached a resolution that he was always going to reach.
All right, but with that, when does assault ever make sense? Like I think when you have a film that's dealing with something like that, especially like in the type of institution that they are, you have these guards that you said they didn't seem that way, but then you hear that all the time. Or they didn't seem like the type to do that. He didn't seem like the type to do these sorts of things.
The Ted Bundy,
the ones that do it. So when does these things ever make sense?
So I could actually answer that question real quick before I forget.
You're gonna tell me what assault makes sense.
Yeah. So I know you want to choose your words very carefully.
Let me say it. Let him have it.
All right.
Yeah. So there's a scene. Let me say it before I forget. So there's a scene from Oz where Oz was an HBO show that takes place in prison. There's a scene where they had this one guy named Adebisi. Now, Adebisi is this large ass. I forgot the name of the actor, and I can't even pronounce his name, but he's Incredible. Thank you.
Who?
Incredible actor. He's
Who is it?
all right. So, have you
Akinoye.
ever watched Lost?
No.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore
Akinoye.
that show.
Ah, shit.
Listen,
All right,
I tried.
he was also in The Mummy.
Oh, he was in The Mummy?
Yeah.
Hold on,
So remember the large African guy? He didn't have many scenes in that movie, but
No.
damn. All right. Well, he's a good actor. But going on with the scene, he's this large African guy. He got incarcerated for chopping off the head of a fucking undercover cop. He's seen throughout the show, doing some shit like that, like consensually. He's seen being very sexual with, his inmates, right? His fellow inmates. And he's chaotic. He's constantly like doing drugs and shit. 1 minute he's violent, 1 minute he's being sexual. He's random, right? So cutting forward, they have this scene. This has been building up later on in the season where he's feuding with the Italians, right? So Chucky, the enforcer, he gets knocked out, and then the scrawny guy, Peter Shibetta, he's the son of the mob boss in there. He picks him up, he puts him on the table, and he puts up the headphones and does what he does, right? And what I'm setting up that scene to show is that when this happens, it makes sense in terms of the fact that they've shown plenty of times that he is this type of person, that he could be someone to do this shit. If it came out of nowhere, like for example, if you're watching a film like Prison Break and you're using the protagonist, I forgot his name. If you're using that guy and then all of a sudden they just have a scene where he does something like that, it doesn't make sense because there were no seeds planted beforehand. So that's what I'm saying when I say it has to make sense. There has to be something leading up to that gives you evidence that this is probable.
Okay. Here's what I disagree with that is that. Sorry. Celeste, hello. You still there? Thanks. Celeste is frozen. Sal, you good? Push. Can you hear me, sweet?
Yeah.
Okay, I think Celeste's frozen. All right. I'll just say this real quick. Hopefully, Cell's issues were sorted out by the time was speaking. But yeah, here's what I mean. When it comes to things like that, it's like there's no one way it happens. Like whether in real life or in fiction, there's no one way to do something like assault. There's no like certain types of people. In fact, if you look at like cases of where it's happened.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, you're back. Awesome. There's no one way it happens.
Yeah,
like, and if you're telling a story, and especially like, you're already telling a story where you're already decided to do things that are different to what people expecting. There's no one way to be like, oh, this is how you do assault, and you have to put the inklings in. You have to set it up first. You have to do that. You don't, because there's plenty of people who've been assaulted that had no idea that the person who assaulted them was that type of person. There's no one way it happens. You know what I mean?
Well,
so like,
but that's the thing, right? This is not, again, that's what I'm talking about, the difference between reality and fiction. This is not the type of movie to try to teach you a lesson of that sort. This is literally, an iteration of.
Who says it's not though?
No,
you're assuming it's not, but who says it's not?
It's not.
It's
not, because here's the thing.
You don't know that. Hold on a second. Everything you see is telling you something, right? And the fact that they did it that way tells you something. So maybe it wasn't the main point of the film, but it still tells you something. That's a teachable moment. Everything you see, whether it's a silly movie, a comedy movie, or whatever movie, everything they show you tells you something. It might not be the biggest point they're trying to make, but it's telling you something. And in this movie, that happened from those people in that way. That tells you something.
And what did it tell you?
That it can happen that way.
Yeah, but what's the point?
that you know
that's
that
what
it
I'm
can
saying.
happen that way.
No, but that's the point. That's the point that I'm trying to make. This is go ahead.
So that Celeste is gone again. Off.
I think
Cells breaking up. Oh, here we go.
with
Cell.
a character is not a character does not have the backstory to introduce the mentality mindset of, okay, they have this mental problem or this type of personality type to cause assault, versus, okay, yeah, we don't know this guy and it's just going to come in and we're just going to have gratuitous shock factor value, which can happen in reality and it can happen in fiction, which is Bandit's point of view.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like,
I'm simplifying
yeah, it could there's no, I'm just saying there's no one way to do it. And just because they don't do it in a way that you're more used to seeing, that doesn't make it less valid.
I'm not saying that. Well, I mean, it is less valid, but it's less valid for a multitude of reasons. But no, I'm not saying that you have to do it in one way. I'm saying in the context of this film itself, that scene was unnecessary. We did not gain anything from that. It was just out of nowhere. It like literally just out of nowhere. He does some fucking some song head scene. Then he gets in trouble because he made an interview on the newscast or whatever. Then it goes to the assault scene. Just out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere, he pisses off the CO's assault scene. And that's what I'm saying.
Like it's supposed to be a power play. Like, not watching the show, it sounds like it's supposed to put him in his place versus being like, oh yeah, I'm this high and mighty. I can, not like he's got like the swagger to be like, yeah I'm an alien prick. Huh?
I mean, from the perspective of the people doing it, that's probably it, or at least something similar.
Yeah. So him getting assaulted, just my opinion that I haven't seen yet, from what it sounds like, is that they put this in there to knock him down a pedestal, to show him like, hey, you are not a top dog. Like, you're still underneath someone and you can be pushed around. So
yeah, like, but my problem with the scene is that you could get that across without stooping to that level. You get what I mean?
Did. Yeah. That's like the they could have done something else than that kind of action, but that's the choice that they made with the dartboard.
Yeah.
You know what it is like? It's like you take something very low level, something very appalling, you put it in this film out of nowhere. That's my issue with it. And I feel like there's a lot of moments throughout the film that doesn't stoop to that level. Like, that's the lowest that they go throughout the whole film, thankfully. But my whole point, going back to the source of it, is that there are moments in this film that's not as brutal and unnecessary as that scene. I feel like that was at their lowest point and their worst point. But there are moments in this film where they just beat down this character to decimate him throughout the film and try to break that illusion of grandeur.
I mean, cool. I feel like with that is like kind of yes, kind of no, in the sense that in the film, you know, he becomes this kind of hero to some people. And in real life, there was an element of that as well. And I think what they did with this, and one of the things I thought was really good, I'm just being careful because I don't want to put out too many spoilers, is that, and one of the reasons why I say I feel like they understood very clearly what they were doing and chose this path, is that there's a bit where, okay, this is kind of a spoiler, I'm sorry, but there's a bit where one of the characters says, it's not you they like, or it's not you they love, it's Joker. And you see that in the film, and you see that somewhere in real life as well. The message, or one of the messages, that you know, people don't necessarily like you. They like the version of you they think that you are. And when you try to be yourself, they walk away. You know, I think they knew that very deliberately. I knew that very specifically, and they knew that was a likely outcome. And lo and behold, it was kind of the outcome. So yeah, I feel like this isn't like just a random film with random events. They knew exactly what they were doing. They made these choices very deliberately. And yeah, and for me, it works. For me, it works both as a continuation of a story that wasn't supposed to get a continuation, and as a piece of art that shows that, you know, you're not always going to just do the thing that people want you to do just because you've got more money now, you know, just because it's expected now, just because, you know, they either put you on this sort of pedestal or created this kind of idea of you that now you have to live up to it. They were like, no, this is what we're going to do. And they stuck to that. And they did this, and it wasn't what people wanted, and it wasn't what people wanted. You can see that in the results. What do you call it? The ratings it got. But for me, it's always going to be the art comes first, and I think that's what they did here. Any final thoughts before we move on, Bundy?
I just
or any final comments, rather?
No, I just disagree wholeheartedly, and that's pretty much it.
All right then. All right, fair. All right then. So, well, from Folie Deux to Mario Galaxy 2.
It's called Mario Galaxy, so it's not 2.
Yeah, it's Mario.
It's a different title.
Yeah, the first one was Super Mario Brothers movie, and this is called Mario Galaxy movie. Okay.
Yes.
So
Super Mario Brothers.
But yeah, what was that? Wait. Sorry, what was that? Celeste, I think your mic's gone again.
I can't. Like it's kind of
Oh no.
To be so terrible today. Lord.
Oh, what's going on? Celeste. I think you're frozen as well.
Oh man.
Oof. Celeste. Hey. So Bundy, you could hear me okay, right?
Yeah, she's just lagging right now.
Okay, I can hear you plenty fine as well. So yeah. Oh. All right. So hopefully, excuse me. Hopefully, Celeste's issues are resolved real quick. I guess in the meantime, then let's talk a little bit about Daredevil. Wait, what's going on?
Okay, so we're just gonna hang up my other line because my laptop is having a minor problem. But I'm back.
All right. Did I remove the other one from the call then?
I'm trying to.
All right, I'll do it from my
ironically, I pushed hang up, but apparently my laptop lost connection. But my phone is fine.
Now. Okay.
Hilarious. Hello. You can see my workshop.
We're back. We had technical difficulties, but we seem to be okay now.
Hooray!
Welcome back, Celeste.
On the internet all day today. Hi, I'm back with my fabulous Mario scarf.
So tell us a little bit about Mario Galaxy movie, and in particular, I would like to know, if you don't mind, is it true what they said on the PC Gamer article about it being, was it a YouTube Shorts-esque parade of incoherent references?
Okay. The story moves extremely fast. So I get the YouTube short incoherent references, but it's not. It literally, like, I have not played every single Mario game. I'm putting it out there. I have played 1 through.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of them. Yeah, but I have not played like Galaxy 2. I have not completed a Yoshi story. I have played them, and they reference that. Is it feel like shorts? Yes. But for me, I understood the story just fine. And that's a kid's story. So for them to publish an article saying like incoherent just shows that they're really dumb for not understanding a children's movie. And they're a gaming magazine. Get your shit together. How dare you? Like, they are older than 20 years, Mass Effect. Bullshit, okay? This is the grandfather of gaming. Like, that gave you that fucking position. So you better get your shit in order. Go back and do your damn homework. So, that being said, a non-spoiler review of this is high-octane, fast-paced story that is meant for children with the nostalgia of Nintendo IPs sprinkled all over the place following your favorite characters from Nintendo. Super Mario.
So it gets a thumbs up from you by the sounds of it.
Oh, absolutely. I loved the shit out of that movie. Sorry to everyone who didn't like Joker, but I recommend this movie. The acting, the voice acting was so good. Thank God Seth Rogen was not in it. I cannot. Him as Donkey Kong, terrible. Whoever did the voice for Baby Bowser, I'm sorry, you're miscast. I don't think his voice should sound like that. I feel like it needs to sound a little bit more juvenile and not so like old man smoking too much kind of voice. I didn't like it. That being said, Brie Larson as Princess Rosalina, wow. Didn't think I would like that. I was proven wrong. There was plenty of moments where it felt like Super Smash Brothers. Amazing. And I'm not going to give any spoilers. So, yeah, if you like Nintendo products, you will absolutely love this. If you are someone that did not play the games and you're criticizing it, well, that's okay, because it's a kid's movie. And if you're looking too deep in a kid's movie, you need to reevaluate yourself. Why are you looking for like the meaning of life in a kid's movie? And guess what? I actually cried a little watching this movie because there's some parts where it made me so like feeling guilty as a parent, because they actually touch on that in this movie, which they're not supposed to do in a kid's movie, which is still really good because it really added to the plot line. So, yeah, it actually had a little bit of adult theming in it when it felt necessary. And the whole thing does not need to be like adult themed, because this is a CGI kids flashy colors movie. And what is really important right now for keeping people's attention? YouTube shorts, Reels, TikTok, short iterations and bursts, and that's what they did. There you go.
All right, so it worked. The film works fundamentally.
Like, the movie made more money than the last movie. So for anyone that's like, negative Nancy, like, okay, you need to sit the fuck down, because guess what? People like their fucking video games. People like their video games looking pretty. People like easy, coherent stories to swallow. There you go.
I liked the first movie. I've not seen this one yet. Honestly, I don't think I even knew it was out until maybe after it was out, actually. Like, it just kind of snuck up on me. But yeah, I did enjoy the first Super Mario Brothers movie, or I don't know if I call it the first one, because it's, well, you want to go old school, but the first one in recent
the one
years,
with Bob, what's his name? Bob, the short guy, and John Leguizamo.
Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo from 1980.
I always said it wrong, but yeah, that's quite a terrible movie.
I'm sorry if I am. Okay, no, we gotta fight. wait. No, that is the greatest movie of all time. Thank you very much.
I know, we get Yoshi.
But yeah, I mean that well, I would it's so bad it's good. Let me put it that way with that first one. It's so bad.
High camp version of Mario.
It's enjoyable. I like it a lot. But yeah, I saw the first one. I really liked the first animated film they did. And I know that kind of got a lot of thing when that was coming out with the casting choices and people wanted this guy and all that sorts of things. And, you know, but in the end, you know, the movie was enjoyable. And I think they did what it needed to do. Like you said, it's ultimately a kid's movie. And as an adult watching kids movies, I think that's fine, right? But at the same time, you have to remember that it is a kids movie. So you can watch it. You might enjoy it. You might not enjoy it. But at the end of the day, it's for kids. So as long as they're enjoying it, as long as they're happy with it, it's all good. Have you seen it, Sweet Bundy? Oh, it's a Sweet.
You're talking about the first one or the second one?
Or well, any of them, I guess. Really.
I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen the second one. I heard some good things about it, but not much. With the first
Highly
one,
recommend.
with the first one, I mean, it's like Celeste said, you know, it was for kids and everything. They loved it. That review and everything, I feel like that I could say that's kind of like what the first one was, because there were a lot of scenes that were just random as hell. And that movie moves so damn fast. Like if you look away, you know, at anything for like just a couple of minutes, you're gonna miss a lot, believe it or not. There's scenes that I don't even know what the fuck they're referencing in the first one, but overall, it wasn't bad. And Jack Black was funny as hell. I love that song he did. Peaches.
Peaches.
Yeah, that shit was really good.
It was up for a nominated award, I think, in the Oscars or something for Best Original Song, like when it came out 2 years ago.
It was nice. It was nice. Looked good too. So, yeah. I mean, listen, I can't really speak on the sequel. I know that his rival, I liked his movies for sure.
Oh, Sonic.
So yeah.
Sonic. Yeah.
I mean,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
These movies are still good. I need to see the third one, but second one, peak. I loved it.
Oh, hell yeah, you gotta see the third one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got Keanu Reeves, my king, my soul, my savior. Only reason, like, I forget.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba in it. So, yeah, it's got to make time for that. All right, then. So, let's go from the underworld to Daredevil. I need to work on my segues. I ain't gonna lie. I need to work on my segues. That was a crappy segue. I was trying to go with Underworld, you know, Mario Underworld and Daredevil. Never
Keanu
mind.
Reeves is not in Underworld either. You know that?
No, Underworld is in the Mario Underworld. You know, because Mario has the Underworld.
You mean the underground through pipes?
Yeah, like, you know, when he goes to pipes, the Underworld.
Yeah, you need to work on that.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe maybe start being a DJ and work on transitions.
Work on. All right.
Do you want me to help you with the segue? So, you know, Mario doing all these acrobats and flips and things. You know who else does that? Some blind guy in New York City.
Yeah, you know what? That would have been much better.
Listen.
All right, from here on out, Cell does the segues. Okay.
Just give me the thumbs up. All right. Just be like, hey, your turn.
So all those flips that Mario does, you know, so he does a lot of flips in these games. But you know who else does some flips? A guy in a red costume called Matt Murdock, Daredevil.
Is he also in red?
Sweet Bundy,
just like Mario.
In fact, yeah, he also wears red as well.
Wow.
So, Sweet Bundy is here today to tell us a little bit about Daredevil season 2, I believe. Daredevil Born Again season 2. I myself, I've watched season 1. I really enjoyed it. I even watched the original Daredevil series when they were on Netflix. I really enjoyed those as well. But I have not watched season 2 yet. So, Mr. Sweet Bundy, tell us about Daredevil Born Again season 2. And should we be watching it? Should we be excited?
So, honestly, I like it so far, but it's not so exciting as it was before. I remember the previous season. Because I binge watched it and I only binge watched it once. I can't really recall being so damn excited to see the next episode, but I binge watched it. So, but season 2, Born Again, so far they only have about 5 episodes out. It's good. It's just that I think what's going on for me personally is that I'm watching 2 other shows at the same time, and now it's week by week, and they've been so intense that Daredevil is like kind of taking his time, telling a story, and I do not mind that at all. I support it. But because of that, the pacing is different. I'm not used to that right now. Like right now, I need you to tell me what the hell is going on. I need to see more action. But here's the thing: in its defense, when it does the action scenes, it's so damn good. It's intense. It's fire. It's that guy. I forgot his first name, but the actor of
Oh, you mean Matt Murdock's actor?
yeah,
I forgot his name too.
yeah. I just
Charlie
recall
Cox.
his last name.
Oh,
Yes,
Charlie Cox. Yeah.
Charlie Cox.
so well. So like this guy, him and the fucking actor for Kingpin, they are always
D'Onofrio.
always at the top of their
Oh yeah,
fucking
D'Onofrio.
game. Yes,
D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio's
Oh,
amazing.
they're so fucking good. And I don't care. People are making fun, making fun of their like gimmick, right? On reels and everything. They'll have Daredevil breathing all hard and which is true. It's funny because like every scene, I mean, listen, respectfully, I get it. It's a lot of fucking moving. So yeah, it brings off like it brings in the immersion, but it does make me chuckle thinking back on the fucking jokes and whatever, the memes about it. But it's so good. It's so good. They had a cliffhanger on the latest episode, which I can't tell. That I was like, oh shit. Well, I want to watch that next episode, but it's not out yet. So I will say that. Would I recommend it? Yeah, definitely. Because again, my opinion is biased only because I'm in between two other shows that are intense. That's The Boys and Invincible. They're intense as hell right now, and it's episode by episode, week by week that I'm waiting. So I'm kind of like a fucking junkie that's tagging between coke and meth, and then all of a sudden you give me some weed, and I'm like, yeah, I guess. But yeah, I recommend Daredevil Born Again season 2 so far.
Yeah, no, I feel like I know what you mean about a whole kind of thing about when you're watching shows. I mean, I have started watching Invincible up to see, I guess episode 5. I think it's on now 6. I'm not sure, but I know I've watched up to the latest episode. I've purposely not started watching Daredevil because I've already started watching Invincible, and purposely not haven't started watching The Boys either, even though that's just come out. But I know they're doing theirs weekly as well, so I'm like, you know what, let me just wait. In fact, I would normally wait till it's all out before I even started watching Invincible, but it's kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? I feel like there's like 3 or 4 episodes when I started watching it, and there's like 4 or 5 now. But yeah, I get it. Like when you're watching it, you want to just watch it. You just want to just next episode or whenever you're ready, as you got time, you just want to watch it and then But so yeah, I get that. I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into Daredevil season 2. I really enjoyed season 1 of Born Again. I thought what they did with that was really good, and especially like I really, really enjoyed the Netflix Daredevil when they were doing that, and the way that one ended. I think it was season 3 they ended on, and I was really looking forward to season 4 because the way it ended, I was like, yo, they had like Bullseye coming in and everything else and all that. But then all the issues came at that time, and it just ended up getting cancelled. And then like years later, and Disney get the rights back, and this, and of course you can't continue that story because it's just too long. Too much time has passed, especially when you bring about the same actors. It's just too much time has passed to continue that same story. But did like how they kind of?
It was 2 different companies that they had to change the story to.
Well, yeah, I guess there's like a lot of things going on, but yeah, it's a lot of time has passed. You know what I mean? So you can't necessarily be like the exact continuation when it's like 10 years later or something like that. Everybody's older, But yeah, there's all things like a company, I guess, like things with lawsuits and I don't know, legal stuff probably involved as well. But in any case, how they brought it back, I thought was really good. So yeah, I appreciate what they did there, and I like how they kind of changed directions a little bit and changed styles, and it all kind of works. And like I say, Vincent D'Onofrio is just an amazing actor. And he's been killing it as Kingpin this whole time. So yeah, I really liked him in when they did Echo as well. If you ever watched this miniseries Echo, that was really good, and he shows up in that too. All right, then. So before we end today, I'm going to bring back another anime. I got a good segue. Okay, nobody cares. All right, fair.
No, I didn't. I thought that was mid, but go on.
Oh, jeez. Anyway.
I'm not saying it was terrible. I just, you're leveling up, but I don't think you deserve a round of applause for that.
Days, man, the disrespect.
Biased.
But yeah, let's talk about another anime. An old anime called Death Note. Death Note based on a manga series of the same name. There was an anime series of it from, was it 2010? I want to say, I'm gonna have to look that up real quick.
It's like 2009 or 2010. It's pretty. It's a really old period.
Yeah,
but yeah, since then there's been a bunch of movies. In fact, there's been one very infamous movie, but we won't go into the details. I just want to talk about the series, the anime series, because I watched this way back in the day when 2006. There we go. When it came out,
even older.
Yeah, to watch it back then. Back then, I remember like it was a friend that lent me a DVD, and I was watching those on those. And I think I ended up buying a bunch as well to continue it because like this is like before everything was streamed, right? And yeah, I really liked it, really enjoyed it. But I just haven't watched it for a long time. It's kind of been on my mind to watch it for a while. I finally kind of got round to doing it. So I've watched just about 5 episodes of it so far. And it feels like watching it again for the first time, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, because it's been so long since I've seen it. I remember the basic story and I remember basically what happened, but some of the details and things like that you forgot. Like the last episode I just watched was where
careful, no spoilers.
You guys have seen okay. Okay.
Have you seen Death Note? Because we don't do spoilers.
Yeah. Okay. No, you're right. You're right. Let me not say too much. Yeah, let me not say too much. But yeah, for those who've seen it, the episode where he meets the fiance of the FBI agent, and he has to
help her in some way.
Her inquiries, but well, I guess sort of helps her do something. We won't say what. But man, that episode was oof. Because okay, this is not quite. I don't think this is a spoiler, but he needs to know their name and face, right? And so how he finds out the name, yeah, clever dude. But yeah, and I really enjoyed the series. I haven't got up to this bit yet, but one of my favorite bits from when I watched it the first time was the tennis scene between him and L, between Light and L. If you remember that episode where they're playing tennis, and like a lot of the episode is just like showing what they're thinking, and it was just so like intense that the whole kind of battle of wits that was going on. But yeah, Death Note, like 20-something years later, or 20 years later, was it 2006? So yeah, 20 years later, still an amazing show. Granted, I'm only 5 episodes in. Maybe my opinion changes as I watch more of it. But right now, 20 years later, Death Note, yeah, absolutely incredible anime. It was one of my favorite animes at the time that I watched it the first time around. And yeah, might just have to re-enter my favorite anime list once again. But before, one thing real quick before we go. Yeah.
Oh my God, is he pulling out a Death Note?
Be careful about pissing me off. Be careful about pissing me off because
that way I have one too.
I know your name. I know your face.
I don't know my full name.
Actually, to be fair, I don't know Sweet Bundy's face. I'm not sure I know your name unless your name is actually Sweet Bundy.
Watch you write it down and then you kill a rabbit.
But yeah, speaking of anime though, Akira, because I wanted to originally talk about Akira. I reason why I did it in the end because I got the dates wrong. Akira is getting re-released in the UK, in 4K IMAX, more specifically. So I booked tickets to go see it. And I was going to talk about, because I was thinking, oh yeah, it's this Saturday, and I was like, no, it's not, it's the next Saturday. So yeah, that's why I said, yeah, we're not doing that again. I haven't watched that again yet, but that's another great anime as well. But hopefully by the next episode, I can talk about that. But for now, I think that's where we're gonna end today's episode. I think that's where we're gonna wrap up. So, guys, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for geeking out with me today. Thank you for your views and opinions and contributions to this conversation of geekdom that we all love and enjoy doing. To the viewers and or listeners, thank you for viewers. Yeah. That was right the first time. Thank you for watching and or listening. If you have any suggestions or recommendations or comments or things like that, drop them in the things in the comment section. Let us know and see what we can do with that. But yeah, that's going to be it for the minute. So thank you for watching and or listening, and until whenever, if ever, peace.